Could have, should have, and would have are all verb phrases that are used to talk about past actions, possibilities, or hypothetical situations. Could have is used to indicate that something was possible in the past but did not actually happen. For example, she could have passed the exam if she had studied more. In this example, it means that passing the exam was possible, but it didn't happen because she didn't study enough. Here are 20 example sentences. They could have caught the train if they had left earlier. She could have finished the project sooner if she had worked more efficiently. I could have sworn I left my keys on the kitchen counter. He could have been a great musician with his talent for playing the piano. We could have taken a different route to avoid the traffic. If they had practiced harder, they could have won the game. She could have been a doctor, but she chose to become a teacher instead. I could have ordered the pasta, but I opted for the salad. They could have saved more money if they had budgeted properly. If you had asked for help, I could have assisted you. He could have become famous if he had pursued a career in acting. You could have caught the earlier bus if you had left on time. She could have visited her grandparents last weekend, but she had other plans. If I had known about the sale, I could have bought that dress at a discount. They could have chosen a better movie to watch. I could have fixed the leaky faucet myself, but I called a plumber instead. She could have joined the art club, but she decided to join the science club. If I had taken the job offer, I could have been living in a different city now. He could have aced the test if he had studied more. I could have cooked dinner tonight, but I was too tired. Should have is used to express regret or criticism about a past action that did not occur or was not done as expected or advised. You should have called me before leaving. This implies that it was expected or advised to call before leaving, but it didn't happen, and there is a sense of regret or disappointment. Here are 20 example sentences. I should have listened to your advice. Now I regret my decision. You should have called me before coming over. She should have studied more for the exam. They should have left earlier to avoid the traffic. He should have listened to his doctor's advice. I should have taken an umbrella. It's raining now. We should have bought tickets in advance. The show is sold out. She should have apologized for her behavior. They should have saved some money for emergencies. He should have checked the weather forecast before planning the picnic. I should have read the instructions before assembling the furniture. You should have worn a coat. It's freezing outside. She should have double-checked her work for errors. They should have cleaned up after the party last night. He should have chosen a healthier meal at the restaurant. I should have asked for help when I needed it. You should have gone to the doctor when you first felt sick. She should have locked the door before leaving the house. They should have completed the project on time. She should have reported the issue to her supervisor. Would have is used to talk about hypothetical situations or actions that did not happen in the past, often when discussing unreal or imagined outcomes. If he had won the lottery, he would have traveled around the world. This suggests that winning the lottery is a hypothetical situation, and the person would have traveled the world if that had happened, even though it did not. Here are 20 example sentences. They would have won the game if they had played better defense. He would have become a doctor if he had pursued a medical degree. We would have visited Paris if we had saved enough money. She would have finished the marathon if she hadn't twisted her ankle. If he had been on time, he would have caught the train. They would have enjoyed the movie if they had watched it. I would have baked a cake if I had known it was your birthday. If you had asked for help, I would have assisted you. They would have purchased the house if it had been in a better neighborhood. I would have chosen the red dress if it had been available in my size. She would have joined the club if she had more free time. He would have passed the exam if he had answered all the questions. We would have won the competition if we had practiced more. I would have driven you to the airport if you had asked me to. If she had taken the job offer, she would have moved to a different city. They would have adopted a dog if they had a bigger yard. I would have learned to play the guitar if I had taken lessons. We would have visited the museum if it hadn't been closed. He would have been promoted if he had demonstrated better leadership. We would have hiked to the summit if the weather had been better.